Jai Janendra, I hope you've been listening to all of our stories and learning something new as well. In fact, did you know that long ago, that's just what happened? Teachers would teach all of their students by talking to them about it. Can you imagine that there were no books and nothing was written down? Nothing at all? Everything was learned just from listening and remembering, just the way you are listening to this story. A long time ago, everyone's memory was so strong, and this helped them remember everything that their teacher told them. But if everything was learned through listening and remembering, then where did all the books and scriptures we see about Jainism come from? Well, that's the story of Shrut Panchami. Do you remember the story of Akshaya Tritiya and how it's a very special day? Similarly, Shrut Panchami is a very special day in Jainism as well. Do you remember how Tritiya means third? Can you guess what Panchami means? Fifth. Now let's go back in time to learn more. Mahavir Bhagwan did lots and lots of meditation. But what did he get out of this? Keval Jnana, which means super knowledge. He knew everything about everyone. He also knew how every creature or being in the universe could be happy. Now that he knew all of these good things, who could he tell them about? He had to tell only someone who was capable of taking all of that knowledge. This special student was Gautam Ganadhar. He was the only one who fully understood everything Bhagwan Mahavir said. So who do you think Mahavir Bhagwan gave his knowledge to? Gautam Ganadhar. Gautam Ganadhar gave all of his knowledge to his students. But how? Did he give them books to read? No, they too just listened and absorbed all of his knowledge. Then his students taught their own students, and all of this kept on happening by talking and listening. Then slowly, all of the students' memories started to dim and become smaller. I'm sure you too don't remember everything that your teacher says, only some things. So the same way, this knowledge finally reached Acharya Dharsen Ji. It was passed down from teacher to student for many years. Acharya Dharsen Ji knew that if the knowledge given by Mahavir Bhagwan was just spoken the way it was, it would eventually fade away, and no one would remember it anymore. So he thought that we should start writing Jain Dharma into books. But there was a lot of knowledge, and he would need two very capable students to help him write it down. From very far away, two students came, and their names were Pushpadant and Bhutbali. What were their names? Pushpadant and Bhutbali. Both students bowed down to Acharya Dharsen Ji, and Acharya Ji gave them his blessings. Acharya Dharsen Ji first decided to test if both students really could write down all of that knowledge properly. So he gave them two mantras. We all know one's very special mantra, isn't that right? Namokar mantra. So Acharya Ji told both students to fast and meditate with these two mantras in a special way. Both students did just that. They fasted and then they meditated. Because of this, two goddesses appeared in front of Pushpadant and Bhutbali. Gods and goddesses are like superhumans, and their bodies and features are perfect. But there was something very strange about these two goddesses. One of them had very big teeth sticking out of her mouth, and the other goddess was missing an eye. She only had one instead of two. Pushpadant and Bhutbali knew something was up if this mantra caused two goddesses, one with a missing eye and the other with huge teeth, to appear. So they looked very carefully at the two mantras and saw that one of them was missing one letter and the other one had one extra. They both corrected their mantras and then restarted the process. Do you think that completing the mantra will help Pushpadant and Bhutbali? Let's see. They fasted and then they meditated, and this time the two goddesses that appeared did not have big teeth or was not missing an eye. They were just as they were supposed to be, perfectly flawless. When they told all of this to their teacher, Acharya Dharsenji was very pleased. Both students had passed the test, and he was confident that he could write down all of the knowledge. He started giving all of his knowledge to Pushpadant and Bhutbali. The two intelligent and capable students began to write all of the important things Acharya Dharsenji said into books. Can you guess what lucky day was the one when they finished? Yes, Shrut Panchami. Shrut means Bhagwan Mahavir's words, and Panchami, as we know, means fifth. Think about it. If Acharya Dharsenji and his students had not written all of this down in books, then what would have happened? We would not have had all of these great books, and everyone would have forgotten by now. But that did not happen. Instead, even if we did forget, we could have just read these wonderful Jain scriptures again. So we will read these important Jain books and scriptures, right? Jai Jinendra!